She is an expert in both physical and mental peak performance. She trains your brain and allows you to reach new heights of success never dreamed of. She is a published author, earning a PhD in applied psychophysiology and holds a master's in sports psychology. She is a figure competitor, trains the brain and trains the body, and embodies living Functionised. She lives up to the name of Beauty, Brains, Brawn. She is Chantea Goetz, and this is the Chantea Goetz Functionised podcast.
Welcome to the Functionized podcast. This podcast is sponsored by the Fit Lab at Functionized Integrative Therapeutics. The Fit Lab was designed to bring total health and fitness to individuals in the most efficient and effective manner. We blend cutting-edge science and technology and put it into practical application. Conventional wisdom says you need to spend many hours each week exercising to see results. Science says otherwise. Developed with decades of experience, we provide the formula to ensure you achieve your health and fitness goals in just minutes each week. And at the Fit Lab, we are proud to bring not just our highly specialized lab testing to know what you need to take, what you need to eat, and how to do it, but we also now bring you IV therapy. We can put it directly into your bloodstream for maximal absorption. Check out the Functionized website, www.functionised, functionised.com, and book your appointment now. A special shout out to a Shared Universe podcast studio. This place is awesome. We love podcasting here and look forward to doing this for a long time to come. Another special shout out to the Bob Culture podcast. Bob, you're listening? podbean.bobculture.com. We have our awesome return guest today, Miss Kate Ortiz of Vexction.
What's up?
Kate's music is amazing, and she has just finished her latest album. It's going to be amazing, and she doesn't know when she wants to release it, though. So I'm going to urge the entire listening audience and those of you around the world to start blowing up her Instagram. She likes the DMs. So blow it up and tell her to release it now. Otherwise, she's just going to dangle it in front of us and no good music for us.
Yeah, I'll never put it out if I don't get the encouragement. I really do it for the attention.
It's okay for the attention.
It's just going to be sitting there, hanging. And all we're going to keep having to do is listen to bad music over and over and over again.
It's true. I hold the keys to the only good music in the universe.
That's it. So, Kate,
yes.
Last time we talked, you were getting ready for a mud run called Spartan.
Spartan race. Yes. I was training very hard for that one, and I think I had a few injuries when I was on the podcast last.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to say they basically all fully healed. I would say 98% back in business.
So let's go all the way to the beginning. What gave you the idea in the first place to compete in a Spartan?
An impulse. I am an impulsive person, and I was literally sitting in a car wash, and a commercial came on for the Spartan race, and I went, I want to do that. So I texted my friend, and I was like, hey, who wants to do this with me? And two responded yes, and then it was on from there.
So you're in a car wash. So this is kind of like you're out and say, hey, let's do shots.
Basically,
I'm going to take a shot.
Yeah,
so, hey, let me go and put myself through the most torturous mud runs on the face of the earth. Let's just have some fun and do it.
Yeah, my shot is the Spartan race, basically.
Nice. So how did you go from the type of shape you were in and to getting into Spartan shape and actually able to complete it?
It was a lot of work. I went from just kind of casually lifting to doing, a lot of really heavy stuff, a lot of upper body work because that's where I was weakest. And then I would do like a total like high intensity day. Mm-hmm. So I had to add that to my regimen too. And I'm really glad I did because if I didn't, I would have been in trouble. I had already been doing some tricky stuff because Dr. Mike and Trainer Joe like to pick on me and see what they can get me to do, see what they can get me to torture myself with. So I was doing some stuff, but I had to up the torture a little bit.
Of course. It's same Trainer Joe. He's now in the Fit Lab getting ready for a grappling tournament
nice,
this weekend.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's been doing amazing at the lab, but he knows on what to do, so you got the good guidance there.
I did, yeah. I was really lucky that the people I happened to befriend at my gym were also really good at this stuff and smart and, could point me in the right direction, which was really helpful.
And it's not often you have a doctor
Yeah.
in the gym with you. And
Pure
his
luck.
protege is literally following along what he does as well.
Exactly. And I'm glad I did, because there was one point in the race where I was like, oh man, I'm really glad I did those asymmetric lunges right now.
You had time to think about that.
I
Great.
did, yes.
So what you were talking about just going from conventional lifting. So what would that typically entail to you?
I was doing more like higher reps, lower weights, just kind of putting on some muscle. And I was happy with that. So once I started doing the Spartan stuff, I went a lot heavier because I just wanted to really put on some muscle, feel strong, be able to do pull-ups. That was a huge thing for me.
Nice.
I can't do as many as you, though.
That is one thing that a lot of women that we have seen, like, that's their goal. I want to do a pull-up. And it's not an easy thing to do. So major kudos for doing pull-ups.
I can do 2.5 in a row.
There you go.
I was like 9 months of training, 2.5 pull-ups. Amazing.
Go upside down, handstand push-ups.
Well, I have to master the handstand first. My biggest issue, I think, right now is my balance. I can't do a cartwheel.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't do a handstand, but those are definitely it's on my list. Also, against the wall. Yeah, I got to do that. I also want to learn to do a backflip. So
Okay.
these are my boxes I need to check now.
These are the last one's the biggest box, the
Yeah.
backflip part.
Yeah,
I'll admit, it was a couple years ago, I couldn't do a handstand.
really.
Much yet handstand push-ups and just cranking them out. And as Chantea was saying, literally it was up against a wall. Just trying to kick up and get there in the first place without wiping out was the challenge.
That's the hardest part. Or I feel like I'm stopped by fear.
Yes.
Like I go to kick myself up and I just hold myself back a little bit. So that's the trickiest part too.
A little bit of hardcore music just worked for me. Just getting into that mindset of, I'm not going to let myself down.
Yeah.
Kick up, hold it.
Well, it was that and our daughter showing you up with her mad gymnastic skills.
Oh, yeah.
Egging daddy on. Say, daddy, this is easy.
Hey, yeah. Well, there's that part
There's
too.
that.
Yeah. When I get constantly showed up by little kids who can do this crazy stuff,
Yes.
definitely makes you want to do it.
Yeah.
But then once it was up, all right, you got the routine down of kicking up. And then it's okay, can I lower myself down? And touch your head to the ground. All right, let me get back up. And before you know it, it happened. I'm not as adventurous as you as doing the back flips, though.
I do want to do a backflip.
Even front flips on a trampoline, not happening.
That's my plan. I'm just going to go to one of those trampoline gyms and just go for it.
Yes.
See what I can do. Try not to break anything.
Good luck with
They're
that.
making you sign a lot of waivers, too, when you're there.
You do sign a lot of waivers. Yeah. I have the right to break my body.
Release your album first, just in case.
Maybe.
You're not going on tour. So you moved into progressing from the weights. What type of HIIT training would you do? Give me an example of a typical workout right before, like where you started and where you end up, because I'm sure there's some progression that went along with that.
All right, so I started to do the tire flips. So I'd flip the tire, and then I'd get down, and I push it all the way back across the green space at the gym. So that was really intense, that you could really feel like your quads burning when you're pushing that tire back and, sweating like crazy. I did a ton of burpees. I hit my goal of doing 50 burpees in under 5 minutes before the race. Was pretty
Very
good.
nice. Oh, it's very good.
Again, made me really sweaty. Then I did a lot of just kettlebell stuff. I was doing some of the Jacob's ladder machine. So I just really felt like I needed to up my cardio a lot. Mm-hmm. And I don't really want to just go run.
Boring, right?
So boring. Yeah, I'd rather do something really, really intense.
You can only listen to so many
Jacob's
podcasts
ladder
while you're on.
is
Jacob's ladder
very
is
intense.
you know what, I used to do the stair climber all the time, and I was like, oh god, this is horrible. And then I did the Jacob's ladder, and I was like, oh, the stair climber's so nice.
Yeah.
I can't believe how exhausting that thing is.
I know. I worked up to 20 minutes on the Jacob's ladder.
That is impressive.
It's insane.
I think the most I've ever done is 15, and I was like, that's good.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna drop dead now.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
The Spartan you did was up in Vernon.
Yes.
I'm familiar with that course. It is on a ski resort hill.
Yes, it is.
I mean, a mountain, really.
It's a mountain.
Do you find, well, first of all, did you do any outdoor work, any sprints on the hills, or was it primarily in a gym setting?
I tried to. I live by the beach, so like a couple times I went running in the sand, which is exhausting, by the way. If you ever want to feel like a wuss, go running in the sand. Oh, my God. I did go running at a park, but mostly it ended up being the gym. My schedule's, like, really crazy, so sometimes it's hard for me to get myself to go outside when I can just be home. But, like, if I step into a gym, I feel like, okay, I'm here. I can do it. So it was
time. I'm in here.
Yeah, it puts me in the right headspace. But if I'm like, oh, let me just go outside down the street, I'm like, maybe I won't do that.
Let me go walk around the block. Let me go train really hard and get sweaty outside.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a state of mind. When I go in the gym and I have my gym clothes on, I just feel ready. But if I go outside, it's a little harder for me.
Now, at the start in Vernon,
yes,
it's straight up.
Yes, it is.
Were you shocked and were ready for that?
I wasn't that shocked. I was a little shocked. They made you jump over a wall to get to the starting line. And I was like, what the hell, guys?
I should have warned you about that.
I was like, all right. And it's like slanted back because we're on such a steep incline. I was like, ugh. But I got over it, so that's good. You know what? The going up was tricky, but the hardest part I didn't really consider was that there's like no air on the mountain. I live at sea level now. Now I'm like going up this mountain and I'm like, why am I so winded? And I was like, oh, because there's like the thinnest air I've ever breathed in my life.
And oh wait, it's a mountain.
And it was a mountain.
Just saying.
Yeah, it was a mountain. Also, it was cold. It was like 40 degrees.
Oh yeah, you went that morning.
It gets worse too. The cold was probably my biggest setback in the whole race. But yeah, so the start was definitely I was definitely running, and I thought to myself, should have done more cardio.
I was just going to ask, knowing what you did to prep for that and knowing what the start was like, because on every start I've ever had, I know typically they find a way to start going straight up.
Yes.
And I know, don't kill yourself on this one. Most people end up bolting up, not realizing how long that first mountain is, and walking as a result of it, as opposed to just slow and steady, and then you pick one off, pick another off, pick another off.
Yeah.
Would you have done anything different the next Spartan race?
Like day of or?
Nope, getting ready for it.
Getting ready for it? Yeah, I would have done a lot more cardio, a lot more Jacob's ladder, and a lot more stair climber, and I definitely slacked on that because I had hurt my knee, which kind of, 2 months before the race, so that took a really long time to heal, and then I kind of used it as an excuse to be like, maybe I won't do cardio today because of my knee. So that's probably my biggest drawback is I needed to like really, really go hardcore in the cardio. And I liked my hit days. They helped a lot, and I'm glad I did those. But I would definitely take some time to, really do some incline running too, because I definitely was running up the hill and I was like, oh God.
Oh yeah.
You feel it.
This hurts. Where's the air?
How about day off? You were mentioning that. So what would you have done prep morning? Did you eat right?
Oh, yeah.
Get enough sleep?
I ate right. No, I didn't get enough sleep because unfortunately my life is a joke sometimes, and I had insomnia for like a week before the race. So it'd be like I'd go to bed at a reasonable time. I'd be exhausted, and sometimes I'd fall asleep, and then I'd wake up and it'd be like 4 a.m. So the day of the race, I wanted to wake up at like 6, but I woke up at like 4:30, so that sucked. So sleep-wise, no, but I didn't have a lot of control over that. I don't know what was wrong with me. Maybe I was too excited. It's like Christmas morning.
It is.
But like terrible. But eating-wise, I did great. I ate so much that week. I ate a lot the day before. I had like 2 sandwiches for the car ride. I had a great breakfast. Food-wise, I felt pretty good until the end when I started to get hungry. So definitely
in the race? I got the same thing. I'm like, you know what? I could go for cake right now.
we were like probably like a half hour from the finish, and I just turned to my friend and I was like, I'm starving. Let's get back so we can eat.
See, it's not just me.
No, it wasn't just you.
I burned off all my food. I wanted some more food.
I know, I can never pack enough in the car ride up and then like for the car ride back, and I'm like, all right, we'll go get more food.
Yeah, I was like after the race I was starving for like 3 days, and I was just eating everything, and I was like, it's not enough.
That sounds like you.
Yeah,
it is. It's just give me more.
Yeah. I'm a hungry person as a whole, so after doing this it definitely got way worse.
Did you find yourself gorging on any junk type foods afterward, or are you still eating pretty much like you were leading up to it?
Only a little bit. The next day, Rob and I went out to IHOP, and I got a big stack of pancakes, and I got a giant omelet. But honestly, like, I didn't like want that much junk food. Like, I ate a chocolate bar, and I was like, ew, I've been really desensitized to like sugar. So yeah, I had a plan. I was going to eat an entire cake on my day off, and I'm just so busy that I didn't really get a chance to. But I still have plans to do that, though. I deserve the cake.
I had the same idea and the same plans. It's like, I'm going to eat an eclair, I'm going to eat cannoli, I'm just going to go to the buffet and eat everything.
Yeah.
But after doing a race like that and putting yourself through so much, my mind is saying, no, you have about something not so terrible for you. It's like the body at that point simply says, here's what you need, not what you don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even, like, in my mind, I would love to just sit down and eat a pile of candy, but my body's like, nah, it's not about it anymore.
Right.
Like, I went, what did I do? The 6 weeks before the race, I stopped eating any kind of, like, junk food and no alcohol. So, like, now, I'm like, oh, I can have those things back. And my body's like, I'm not really interested anymore. It's not that good.
So you got to the point with the alcohol where your body actually said, no, thank you?
Yeah, I was just like I went out with my friend or whatever to have a drink. And I was like, this is fine, I guess. You know, it's not, I'd rather be, like, running around, I think, than drinking.
Yeah, your body gets used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
It fuels, yourself in a new way.
Yeah, like, my new favorite foods aren't even the foods that, like, taste the best. It's just the foods that, like, make me feel awesome after. Like, I literally just have, like, a big giant pile of, like, vegetables that I put, like, sauce on, and that makes me happy now.
That actually sounds good in a weird way, right?
It is. I do this garlic sesame sauce, and I don't cook because it's the worst. And so all I do is I'll throw, like, I have, like, a bunch of, like, bags of mixed vegetables, like, whatever I want, and I put it in, I'll put some beans, and I'll just pour the sauce on it and put it in the oven for 20 minutes, and I'm good to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That
Simple, yeah.
Simple and good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Keeping it simple.
What would you say was the hardest obstacle for you?
The hardest obstacle was the cold, honestly.
Before or after you went in the water?
After I went in the water. Before I went in the water, I was, like, so happy to be there. I was running around like a baby deer in its natural habitat. We went in the water, and I was okay for a while, but there was no sun is the biggest issue. Our race was a little bit later, and it was daylight savings time. So it got, it started to get dark faster, and there was no sun to begin with. So we're soaking wet. We're going. I'm fine, whatever, but we didn't dry at all because there's no way to dry. So an hour later, I just started to die. Like, literally, like, I couldn't feel my hands, couldn't feel my feet. My muscles by the end of it started to just, like, freeze up. Like, I couldn't bend my legs. And I was like, what the hell? And there's no way I could have prepared for that. Like, what am I going to do? Chill in a freezer?
Right.
So that part was the hardest thing for me. And it caused me to fail an obstacle I shouldn't have failed, so I'm pissed. Yeah.
Any bars or rings that your hands just couldn't grab on?
The rings I did fail, but I was like, okay, whatever, I failed that. I do think I could have done that because I did the giant monkey bars, that was fine, all that stuff. But, like, I literally just couldn't close my hands around the rings, the metal rings. They were just too cold. But the one I was really mad about is the rope climb. I was literally at the top of the rope, and I had to pull myself up one more time.
Just smack that bell.
That's all I had to do. It was right there. I was holding on, and then I went to pull, and just nothing was happening. My muscles were just frozen, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now. This is something I know I can do. I'm at the top, and then my hands I couldn't hold on anymore. And I tried it like 7 times before I gave up. It was really pathetic by the end of it. But yeah, so I'm really mad about that. And then I also failed the spear throw, which... whatever, it's a spear thing. If I'm gonna fail anything, it's that stupid thing. I hate that thing. But yeah, so I'm really bitter about the rope.
I can imagine. You're right there. And the spear throw, we actually set up in our backyard. I created a spear.
Yeah.
And set up the target in the back, the broom handle. I mean, that's what they use. They broom handle. They attach something to it, and we started playing games. And if you failed at it, burpees.
Yes, I did the burpees. But the thing that sucks, too, is when I threw the spear, it looked like it was pretty straight on, but then the rope caught my foot.
Yes.
And it tripped me.
That may have happened to some others in this room before.
Did it?
So frustrating.
I was just like, you have to be kidding me. And I tried it a couple more times because I was just so annoyed. I was like, really? This is how it's going to happen? I was going to do the burpees regardless, but I was like, I need to hit this stupid thing. But then I ended up hitting it in the face instead of the foamy body thing. So I was like, whatever. Go do the burpees, I guess.
So if you were going to prep any differently for a specific obstacle, what might you do?
I'll more pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than 2.5?
More than 2.5,
okay.
yeah. If I could get up to like 10 pull-ups, I'd be really happy.
It feels good.
It does, you know what? And it like works like everything. It's a great workout. I'm happy with my ability to do burpees. That was fine. Honestly, everything I felt like I trained really well for, and I had a lot of advice, which is super helpful. My cousin Adam is also, he's a personal trainer, and he's a Spartan race savage, and he's like done them all. So he gave me a lot of advice as well, which was really awesome. I do remember one moment though when I was going up the mountain and I was like, I should have did more calves.
Yeah, it's going to test your mettle, and you're going to eventually, I'm sure you found out your weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly.
And what you need to train better down the road.
For sure. And I know now that I will never, ever do one in the fall again, or late fall. Not when it's cold, because I really think I could have done all of the obstacles besides the spear throw if it wasn't so cold.
Hence why I did not do that one.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know what I was, like I said, I'm really impulsive. So when I was like, let's do this one, it didn't occur to me to think about
freezing out. Yeah.
I didn't think about weather at all. I was just, I didn't think about anything. I was like, let's do this.
Impulsive.
Ready to go. Yeah.
Car wash.
Yeah, exactly.
Impulsive. But, what was the other? Yeah, so we were talking about doing another one I wanted to do one in like, I don't know, May, maybe September. But they're saying October 4th. And I'm like, okay. That's early enough, I guess. But if it's cold again, I'm going to be real mad.
Could be. I mean,
it could be. It's so,
on the flip side, if you do one in the middle of the summertime, even if you're doing at 7 a.m. start,
it's hot.
You're going to be on a mountain somewhere because they're not. I haven't seen it in Jersey at least at that time. So yeah, it's going to be hot, and you're going to be scorched.
Yeah.
By the time you're done.
I do better in the heat than I do in the cold, but I definitely wouldn't want to do it in like August or something.
That one definitely would be packing a lot of electrolytes along the way.
When did we do?
Oh God, yeah.
July? Is that when you did the one?
I think it was July. The one in Pennsylvania? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I realized the hard way. Next time, pack more electrolytes. Pack some exogenous ketones.
Your mustard packs.
Mustard packs, whatever it takes. Because the cramping will start to happen. And the cramping was happening to the best. The top ones. Everyone's saying they're dying, they're cramping. They cross the finish line and down to the ground they go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what did you have? Did you have a little pack, a travel pack with you?
No, which I would now.
Yeah.
I saw a couple people had like their camel bag. And like we weren't hurting for water at all because I don't think I sweat at all the entire race either, which was weird. But I would definitely throw maybe like a protein bar in there or something for that moment where I'm like, God, I'm starving.
Yeah, at least personally, I don't see the purpose of carrying extra weight when you're already having to go, what's the sense of carrying another 10, 20 pounds? Mm-hmm. There's enough stations there. But when it comes to the fanny pack, an excuse for a fanny pack?
Is it
cool
can
now? I
actually
can have a fanny pack.
Yeah.
It is back in style for some reason.
See?
I know.
And she says it, then it's got to be cool. I can wear a fanny pack?
Only in the races. In the mountains where nobody else can see you.
If I get to take it off, I'm at the grocery store, so be it.
No, you're not wearing it to the grocery store. In the woods where nobody can see you.
So now that you're done your Spartan race, it sounds like you're already planning to do another one.
Yes, I am.
You got the bug.
I do have the bug, 100%.
Are there any other mud runs that appeal to you, or are you kind of hooked on Spartan?
I might try some different ones. I feel like I really want to conquer this one because we did it as a team. So like there were definitely moments where like we're waiting for each other, know, and it makes it take longer and you have breaks and things like that. So I'd like to do one, and we're talking about it now, is do one if we do the one in October, do it a little bit more competitively where it's like, okay, we're not stopping and waiting for each other. I'll see you at the finish line, bud, and see how fast we can actually do it. Because I think like it took a long time. I think I could shave like an hour off the time.
That's significant.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. But, there's definitely a lot of, standing around time, taking in the view, being a team, which was nice. I'm glad that we did it that way for the first one because I didn't really know what I was in for.
Yeah.
So, like, having, like, the support of your friends is really cool. But now I want to, like, just go, go, go.
How many of there were you guys?
It was just 3 of us because none of my other friends would do it. Wusses.
You hear that?
Yes.
She said.
Calling you out, guys.
In all the different ones I've done a few of them. It seems like Spartan, and I'm not here to pump up Spartan by any means, but there's an atmosphere to it that you don't find on any of the others. The others, you show up, here's the obstacles, and market's like, go, your time, thank you very much, here's your t-shirt.
Okay.
For Spartan, it is, you get the speech at the beginning, they really get you going and pump you up. Just the festivities around, it's like a festival, if you would, and there just happens to be races going along all day long.
Yeah, you know what, there's a really good community too. Even like there's some like bigger guys who are doing it, and everyone was just helping them and supporting them and cheering them on and stuff like that, and that's really nice to see. Because it makes it fun too, and that's really important, especially when you're doing something kind of grueling, to make sure you're having a good time.
Yeah, being the spectator side of it,
Yeah.
and seeing everybody go and waiting for, your friends, your loved ones running through. But all of us are still supporting everybody else down there. And you start talking and recognizing where they're coming from. And that's one of our favorite things is getting up there and seeing all the cars. And like, where did you drive from? I mean, you people cross country, they come to these races.
It's crazy. There was someone who won that they placed, and they were from Canada. I was like, geez. You lived in New Jersey?
They want the points to be invited to the ultimate Spartan races.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Get prize money. Get drug tested,
Yeah.
If you're getting drug tested, you're doing good.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
So I do want to do another one, but my ultimate goal is to get to the super.
Mm-hmm.
That's my next step. I want to do that. But I really want to conquer this one first, the sprint first, and be like, okay, I can finish this and
So
not
what is
die.
conquering? I mean, Super 8 obviously is a new breed of itself. So what is conquering that sprint?
For me, it is...
Which is not a sprint. I know that. It's definitely not a sprint.
It's a really nice word for it. For me, I want to do it without failing any obstacles that are physical. Like I said, if I fail the spear, so be it.
If you step on a cord,
whatever.
you're not going to lose dinner that
I'm
night.
real bitter about that spear. But just not failing anything and getting to the end of it and still feeling good. Because I felt good for 90% of it until I started to freeze. And then the last 3 obstacles, I was just like, this is horrible and I want to go home now. So I don't want to feel that way at the end. That to me would be conquering it and just getting a good time.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see the time. From a lot of experience, though, that's, I think, part of the medal. Not the one they put around your neck, but the medal you get for yourself because it is get tough. And they put those obstacles on those places for those reasons to make it so difficult, where there is that mental challenge of, do I even want to, why am I doing this? What is the purpose of this? This is retarded.
Yeah.
But digging down, knowing, okay, I started this months ago. I put in all this work. There's no freaking way I'm going to fail. I am going to conquer this. And it seems like you did a very successful job at that because it was not easy, was it?
No, it wasn't easy. I mean, mentally, I think I'm pretty resilient in that way. I'm too stubborn. There was no way I was going to be I see the finish line right now and I'm going to quit because I can't get up this last 6 inches on the rope.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't going to happen. I tried to climb the rope 7 times. I fell every single time. And then I just definitely had a moment where I was just laying on the mats and I was like, this sucks. And I was like, I really have to go do burpees because I couldn't get 6 inches up the rope and ring the stupid bell. I should have just jumped and smacked the dumbbell and just fell. That's what I should have done, hindsight. But then, oh God. And then after that, it just being frozen and exhausting myself by trying to do it a bunch of times in a row instead of just giving in because it's just not how I roll. Then we had to do the Hercules hoist. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I can't close my hands. And I had it wrapped in my leg and I'm pulling it and I'm all on the ground and I'm halfway up. And I was like, if I fail this obstacle, I'm just gonna jump off a bridge right now because this is insane. But something that was really cool, this guy who we kind of been in pace with, him and his daughter for a lot of it. He was an older dude too, and he's doing it. I'm I have it wrapped around my arms and I'm feeling really defeated. And he's like, hey, do you want to try my gloves?
Hey,
and I was
nice.
You know what? Yes, I do. Because all the ropes are soaked too because everyone's all wet. And so it's really slippery. My hands are frozen. I tried to climb the rope 1,000 times. So I was like, yes, I would love to try your gloves. And I put them on and I put it on and I was like, this is happening. And then I was able to pull the stupid thing all the way up and I was like, yes. Awesome. And that was
Did you let it down slowly?
I did, yeah. I didn't just drop it. I did let it down slowly. But that was I went from feeling really broken after the rope thing and then doing this and I was like, I'm failing again. And then I put on the gloves and then I pulled it all the way up and it was just my heart is happy again.
Nice.
There always seems to be that one person in the course that can literally help turn it around.
Yeah. And this dude did it just by letting me use his gloves. I don't know if I'd bring gloves next time. I still I'm really stubborn about that. I just want to use my bare.
You got a fanny pack. You might as well throw them in.
I want to use my bare hands. So that was something. And then we just had to go over the cargo net, which is cake. It's whatever. Climb up a net.
Did you do a flip over it?
No, I didn't do the flip over it. I didn't want to fall to my death at the finish line. I did want to jump right on that fire though.
Just get warm.
To get warm, yes.
Have you thought of getting a rope, hanging it up high, and soaking it with like ice water to practice for the next leading ones up?
I live in an apartment, so
good. The building's high. You can put it like
just on
outside somewhere.
Explain that to my landlord. Don't worry about this.
Yeah, just don't worry. Here's the $5 extra coming the other way.
Pay rent for the rope. I have to do something. My friend who's on my team, Chris, he has a rope in his backyard, so maybe we'll just like every few weeks be like, hey, let's do a rope climbing day.
Oh yeah, I mean that helps. It really helps. There's another one for pull-ups I found since you're right by the beach. I put on the 40-pound weight vest, and I would do burpees. So I'll do 20 burpees, then I'll do a sprint in the sand for 50 meters. Then I'll go over to the boardwalk and just grab the edges and use fingertip pull-ups.
Oof.
And rinse, lather, repeat. Do that for 30 minutes. Do as many as I can. Just a thought,
I'll consider it.
You'll get all the endurance down that you need.
I do need the endurance, yeah.
You'll definitely get that.
I have to say, endurance-wise, like, I did get winded faster than I thought I would, but I bounced back really quickly, too, which was good, which made me feel good.
Shows good recovery.
Yeah. So the recovery I had, I just definitely don't want to get as exhausted as quickly.
Now, let's move a little bit into your music now.
Yes.
Is there going to be a song about this experience?
A song about the Spartan race? We'll see. Maybe that'll be for my metal band.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes, maybe
There you go, Christian.
maybe a Vexction song about the Spartan race. It seems more fitting.
So you just recorded a new album.
Yes.
That everybody is already by now, well, when they hear this, as we release it, should be DMing
me.
you and bugging the crud out of you.
Someone bugged me the other day. I should respond.
Good. So tell us about the album. What's the inspiration? What are you looking to accomplish with it? Can we see you anywhere performing?
So this CD is a collection of a bunch of songs that I wrote. I'm a songwriter. Like I feel like I'm a musician, but I feel like more than anything, more than being a guitar player, more than being a singer, I feel like I'm a songwriter. I love to write songs. I write in lots of different styles. So this collection of songs is things that I'd written that just didn't fit into Vexction. Like Vexction's like a hard rock, punk rock kind of thing, and then I had these, these more like feelings songs, more sensitive, not about like rage. So I just had them, and I just wanted to put them out there. I was like, I like these songs. Like, why am I not putting it in the world? And then it gives, my initial thought was, this gives me an opportunity. I can just like jump on and do like acoustic shows or something like that and just sell these CDs, whatever, real casual. But as I'm doing it, my producer, Jeff, was like, no, you should like really do this. Like put together a band, do a real release party, really go for it. So I guess I'm going to do that instead.
Okay.
Vexction's kind of slowed down a lot lately. We haven't really been doing anything, so I need like my outlet, my creative stuff. So my plans are a little bit of a question mark right now. As an impulsive person, I don't always plan ahead the best, but I usually figure it out along the way. So what I want to do is I want to release these songs. I might try to see if I could do something with publishing, because that'd be really cool, because that's kind of really a big goal of mine as well. And maybe I'll be playing some shows. Still have a lot of work to do, because I don't want to release my CD before I have everything ready. I'm trying to be a little bit more, thoughtful about what my grand plan is, instead of just like being like, oh, it's out, here it is, all right, I don't know what I'm doing next, we'll see.
Impulsive.
Yes, that's...
You're not being impulsive.
Yes, it's my weight. I don't know if it's a weakness or a strength, or maybe a little bit of both. A double-edged sword, I think, is my impulsiveness. So I want to wait to release the songs, because I want to do a music video for one of them, and I want to release that before I release my album. I have to put together a band still. I have someone who I think is going to be my drummer, and then I'm going to do something a little bit different. Usually I'm on stage, I'm singing, I'm playing the guitar, but I'm going to go full front woman on this one. So I'm just going to be singing. So I need 2 guitar players and a bass player, maybe a keyboard player too. So I still have like a lot of legwork to do. The part of like writing is easy. The part of recording is relatively easy, putting all the songs together, just being a musician and an artist. But then it's like, you're done. Okay, now you need to do all like the business work, and that's the trickier part of everything. I have to get photos done, which sounds easy, right? But you have to
on the surface, it sounds
right.
You
just find a
couple photos,
find a
snap,
photographer,
done.
whatever. But I have to have to like have a look for it, and I have to know what I want my like vibe to be for the album cover, and I will have to find like the right photographer, and I think that's the stuff I'm kind of like not jumping into because I find that stuff harder, so I'm being a bit of a wuss about it. But that's the next step. It's get a haircut, find a photographer.
Get a haircut. Okay. You gonna go same color, or are you gonna go?
Yeah, it's natural color. Just trim it, make it healthy.
So I find it happens a lot with different bands, music groups. The lead typically ends up breaking out on their own. Is this your breakout on your own?
I mean, it is and it isn't. I'm not calling it quits with Vexction by any means. I have a lot of songs, I have a lot of music to put out in the world and share, and I need to do it.
Kind of do it your own way.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to wait on anyone else too. The cool thing about doing your solo stuff is like it doesn't really depend on anyone else. Like I can just go out and play my songs by myself if I want to, which is great, and it's like a fun thing to do. And you know, I've just kind of been jumping on open mics to kind of feel it out because I'm always on stage with my band, but now I'm just doing it just me. So far the response has been good.
Good.
You know, which makes you feel good because you're like, oh, this is such a different style. What if I do it and people are like, eh.
That sucks.
Yeah, or like, this is more boring, or like, it's too poppy. But so far, so good. So that kind of gives me the confidence to keep pushing forward with it too.
So if someone wants to see you by happenstance on just jumping on an open mic, what are some of the places that you typically go to?
I've been to it's very random, to be honest. Again, it's all on impulse.
It's like seeing Bruce every once in a while. He performs for no reason whatsoever, pops in.
Yeah,
same
I'm
thing
like,
as you.
oh, I have time today, so why not? One of the places I went to is the Chubby Pickle in Atlantic Highlands. I've also been to, what is it called? Inkwell in Long Branch. Mm-hmm. And then there's one at Red Tank Brewing Company in Red Bank that I haven't been to, but will probably pop in at some point.
Okay.
I kind of just like see what's out there and try to play in front of different people. I'd gone to this event and I got to ask Nita Strauss questions. I don't know if you know who Nita Strauss is. She's the guitar player for Alice Cooper, but she's just ridiculous. She's like phenomenal shredder, whatever, and she's doing very well. And so, you know, I asked her, I said, you know, how do you turn just being in a band and playing shows into a career? And one of the things she said is play as much as you can, make sure people know who you are. And so that's what I'm trying to do right now, is just like play shows, make sure people know my name, know my face, know my music, and, you know, kind of go from there.
Still waiting to see front of Madison Square Garden, Kate Ortiz.
That'd be great. I'd do that.
What was it the last time you were on the podcast? You wanted to play...
Oh, a stadium with Muse?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it. Still the thing?
Yeah, I will definitely want to turn them down if they asked.
Hear that, Muse?
Let's get to work.
Calling you out.
Let's get to work, Muse.
Well, before we depart, we are going to have your newest song. Tell us a little bit about that.
This song is called Trouble, and it's a very, very, very different style than anything I've released before. So I'm actually really excited to share it because I'm really happy with the way it came out. It's got more of like a Spanish feel, and I do have like a Spanish guitar solo in it. It's very different from anything I've done, you know, with the punk rock stuff, and it's kind of about, without giving too much away, it's about, you know, having a part of you that you're afraid to show someone you care for because you don't know how they're going to react. And that's kind of the theme of it, which I think everyone can kind of relate to. Everyone's been there in one way or another. And that's what this song's about.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I like it. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yes.
If you have enjoyed this podcast, which I'm sure you have because you're still with us listening to us, take that 5 seconds, leave us a 5-star review. It helps us get out more and more as we are seeing the numbers increasingly grow since we've switched from Biohack Humans to the Functionised podcast. You may notice our Instagram is taking a little bit different twist. It's geared towards the podcast. We appreciate, as always, everyone being here. Kate, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And, you know, we should keep on doing this. Make this a thing.
Yeah, I'm down.
I think you're the first second-time podcaster that we have here. So
champion.
Yeah.
It's the Spartan in you.
But if anyone wants to follow my whole fitness / musical journey, I mostly use Instagram, and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at I am Kate Ortiz.
Beautiful.
Beauty Brains Braun?
I'm out.
This is your mad scientist. I am out.